Enigma short on the GC2.
Welcome aboard, everyone. What exactly is out of the box, and why do our traders absolutely love it? Michael Oathrew. Alrighty then, don't forget trading is risky and all that business. Good morning, mic check. I need to turn that sound up a little bit. Let me check that. I see the EQ jumping, but I think it's a little low. Let me turn that there, and 1 second. All right, it's Mentorship Monday. Talking to the new folks a lot here this morning, talking about how to kind of get started with things. And thanks for coming and hanging out here this morning. I'm going to be looking for 5 trades here this morning. We got our 5 trade sheet. I'm going to get through our checklist. I'm a few minutes late here on a Monday. I'd like to get in a bit earlier, but personal schedules. We had Mother's Day yesterday, of course. Happy Mother's Day to all the mamas. And it's back to business on Monday. I'm coming off of a big fat red day from Friday. Oh my goodness, don't get me started. Maybe we'll talk about it, but I got to focus on getting to the trades here this morning. Just go watch that windfall video. Type !windfall, and I know, you know, if you're like me, I used to be confused. Is it windfall, like wind, or win? Fall, because you do think after a win and then a fall, but it's weird. it's actually technically windfall. I actually had to double check myself that on Friday, because I think I saw somebody else type windfall, and I used to think it was windfall also, but apparently it's wind, and I don't know where it comes from, but I feel like it should be called win without the D fall. But okay, it is, the cadence is basically back, and I don't know if I'd say it's in our favor or not, but coming off of a red day, got to concentrate on the day. Let's get the checklist here on screen. Speaking of things need to concentrate on here this morning, data and brokers, got that going here before we started this morning. Hardware and software, did need to check the mic. I feel like the mic is still maybe a little bit soft there. Hardware wise, software, let's get the hotkeys. I want to make sure my hotkeys are back and functioning there on a Monday. Pull up our IQ software. As long as that is showing like that, that means we're good. Excellent. Take this off of always on top. I think this one is also no. Okay, I'm gonna get full auto running here this morning real quick. All right, arm long, arm short, full auto, Enigma on. Arm long, arm short, full auto, Enigma on. And pop this one out here. Arm long, arm short, full auto, Enigma on. All right, got all those turned on across 6 instruments up top. And we'll let the nerd plus gold and crude run up top. And then I'll be focused on executing on the NASDAQ here down below. And let's get through the rest of our checklist here this morning. Day of the week, it's Monday. Would normally say that Mondays tend to be a little bit slower, less news events coming in on a Monday, but lately with the wartime chatter and the Trump effect, I think that that has kind of been obliterated. You'll see some really active Mondays over the last I'd say the last 6 months. It has been super active Mondays compared to normal time of day. We are about 17 minutes from the US Open. News, let's take a look at the scheduled news. And of course, with that Trump effect, Trump can come on the line and talk anytime. And I think Friday, literally, he was just telling people to buy Dell. He was like, go buy Dell. I guess that's allowed. I still remember when Elon Musk got in trouble for tweeting something, and some stock launched after, you know, he said something, and there's a whole court thing going on. But apparently, if you're the president, you can just say whatever you want and just tell everybody what to do. So that was wild, seeing the biggest up move day on a Friday I've ever seen. Intel was up over 14% in a single day. Like, wild. Let's see. We're going to go to financialjuice.com here, get the audio going, and we are at 9:15. So let's look at everything after 9:15. I see a gap till 10 a.m. 10 a.m. we'll have existing home sales there, and the existing home sales change from prior. Then we do have, speaking of Trump, on the line, Trump speaks at a healthcare event at 10:30. So be watching for some of that craziness there between 10:30 and 11. Kind of my least favorite time to be trading is between that 10:30 and 11:30 area there. So let's get back to our list here. FOMC, no. Holidays, no. Earnings, I do want to take a look at earnings, but later in the day for that. Gears, on the 4s, I think I want to go to the 5s here for the open. So I'm going to shift gears here and move to the ALGO bar 5s for my primary entry. Here we're currently sitting on the nope line right there on the open dash line, so not looking for any trades at the moment. Volatility, we talked about that. We're going to be well up on things, especially recently, and a Monday can really drive that home. We'll see how the open comes in to know if we need to make any adjustments to those. Wave ranges, I do need to get those locked in here on a Monday. Best way to do that, if you are brand new with us, we do the optimizations for you on Sunday evening. We will post out the grid. It looks like this after the optimizations have been run for you. This gets us in tune with the markets in the current conditions, and we'll get locked in here. What I want to do, because my primary instrument is NQ, I want to look right here at this row right here, and I'm looking at this period column here, and I want to know what that number is right there, 43. So that's going to tell me I want to lock in the 43 range on the wave chart. Again, if you're new with us, just get through the boot camp there and we'll talk through all those things. It's just 8 videos there if you're getting through the 8-day boot camp, which we originally did over 8 days, but of course you get the advantage of getting it afterwards. And of course you couldn't interact, but outside of not being able to interact and ask questions directly, you still get to take advantage of those videos there for free on our website, algoboxpro.com. Click on training and you can watch them there for free before those go behind the paywall inside of a client portal. But right now it is out there in public on the website under training. 43, let's put that in there, 43R. That's all it takes. Done. I like to save my workspace after I make a change. I'm going to click save. And then I'm also going to save it as a backup as well. There we go. Good morning, Dobby. Good morning, Andrew. Great to see you guys. Wow, sitting flat on the open there so far. Contract dates, we don't have any rollovers to worry about right now. ATMs, I'm going none for the moment. That may change as I watch us approach the US Open. We still have about 13 minutes to go. MACV Ultimate currently sitting in buy side, and I do want to, while I'm looking at that, I like to look at kind of semi new to what we've been doing. I'm going to bring over the 89, and it's as simple as this. What color is that channel? So the channel line's going up here. That one is green. So I'm going to switch over here to my trade visualizer. So tide is green, and then I'm looking over at the wave. So our wave chart, slightly red. So between those two, I just want to know if I'm going against some major trend here. So I'm going to set my tide and my wave. We've got opposing colors there, which tells me I can take trades in both directions for the time being. One of our jobs as traders is to pick our direction and then filter for our entries. And our whole job is literally to be a filter. It's easy to know when to trade. It is much more the difficult job of the trader to know when not to trade. So make sure we've got a set of rules. I like to do them quantitatively to just not have to play guessing games. And again, we're talking about playing the long game. Speaking of playing the long game, we'll talk about how to how our rules and our standard operating procedures can kind of also act as our insurance policy against disasters. Sometimes you get away with breaking rules or standard operating procedures, and it kind of reinforces a bad habit that you might get away with a few times, but there's going to be that day when you don't, and you're going to wish you had. And that's why you have those standard ops. Like, it really is like, stay on the standard operating procedures scenarios, even when you get comfortable, like me on Friday after I had a massive day on Thursday. Come back in the day after, overconfident, overcapitalized, and literally give it all back and then some on a following day. We'll come back and have a chat on that at some point, but I want to focus here on the trades here this morning. We've got 10 minutes to the US Open. Audio box, got audio box on and clacking. P&L cadence, we talked about that coming off of a red day Friday. Distractions, other than the fact that I've got a distraction on my mind from the Friday craziness. Had a great weekend with the family, Mother's Day weekend, all that kind of fun stuff, getting all of that fun, just joy, fun stuff, getting out to eat and hang out with the fam. Always good. Just another day to be on the planet here and breathe, thanking the Lord for another day. It is Monday, 10 minutes before the US Open. Have not heard a peep from Financial Juice here yet this morning, but that kind of can happen on a Monday. Oftentimes not a lot going on there. NT8 sounds, I think we've got the sound right now. Music is cranking. All right, checklist is done. If you ever want to get that checklist there, type !checklist in the public chat. Really, any of our chats. If you're public or premium, just type !checklist, and that will pop up there in the chat for you. You can either save that checklist, or if you want to, if you're in Discord, you know, Discord is kind of like our functioning tool for the community to be able to have all those things there at your fingertips. Few commands you might want to memorize as you're kind of getting familiar with the community, and checklist is one of those. Let's see. Is Cassie? Not really. I'm not sure what you mean. Good morning, Tom. Good morning, Blackout. Good morning, Alpha. Good to see you. Talking about Kazi? Kazi's here. I don't know what he's talking about. Good morning, Zed. Ninja Scalp in the house. Good morning. Good morning, Pablo. Good morning, Brian. Good morning, Captain Rex. Great to see you guys. Pete's Trades. Good morning. Good morning. Mr. Crossbow. Good morning. Good morning, Manny. Casey. Good morning, Jimmy. Good morning, DJ. Let's see. Yeah, Friday was wild. And you know, it's crazy. Like, go back and I almost don't want to play back to Friday, but I know I had literally been saying, okay, I'm coming back from a windfall day. The day before, Thursday, was a massive 6-figure day for me. And so, you know, it's sitting on my mind, but kind of not. I mean, I'll be honest. I came in, I was loosey-goosey, and was like, you know, whatever. Yeah, I'm going to be super cautious. Yeah, I don't want to give it back to the market. Yeah. And I literally just did it right there in front of my eyes. It was, all I could do was laugh afterwards. Like, not the kind of laugh you want to laugh, but laugh nonetheless. Looks like our checklist thing. What's going on with our commands? Are commands not working in the chat? Let me see what's happening. Yeah, I saw somebody else type checklist there, and for some reason it's not working. Let me check on the bots. There were a lot of service outages last week. I was mentioning in the chat, I was asking, they said that Amazon Web Services were down. Did anybody see what that major outage was? I know my kids were talking about, like, the Fortnite system wasn't logging in, and you know, it wasn't local to me. I went and checked on downdetector.com, and Down Detector was showing like all these services that were out Thursday, and then we also kind of saw that on Friday. I see the bot service I use for custom delivery messages is also spinning right now, loading up their interface. Okay, yeah, so it looks like the commands, kind of our typical commands there in a room, is currently down. That is third-party hosted for us on that one, so I don't have control over that one. But yeah, I see if you're typing checklist right now, sorry, it's not working there. Okay, so they are floating the open line here.
NQ on the 43.
Far as the wave range goes, very flat spot here. So if they kind of stay here, there may not be a trade right here off of the open, but we'll be ready either way. Sitting very flat on the middle of those golden ropes. Same thing on the 89. 89, while it has been a massive launch up to this area, kind of now creating one of those curves. Kind of difficult things to play. and just generally speaking. Now it may, again, any given moment, it can just open up, which is great for those of us who are intraday traders. We don't have to predict the next 5,000 ticks. You know, I saw somebody in our chat like, you know, listen, I don't know what it is about the people who will not go through the videos, you know, but you guys, like, just go through the videos. Like, they come in and they ask 1,000 questions, and they all come in pretentious, and I won't say they all, but there are some people who come in pretentious and just think you're gonna walk in the door and figure it out. Like, I don't know, man, probably project managers for work. Never done an actual day of work, but told a lot of people to do it, you know what I mean? Let me go heat up this coffee here real quick here, and we've got 3 minutes to the US Open. Go through the videos.
Harmonic NQ on the 5. Harmonic NQ on the 5. Harmonic NQ on the 7. Alpha Delta NQ on the 5. Enigma long on the NQ7.
But yeah, just I encourage you to go through the videos, take them seriously. Like, and then the stuff that's in the videos, like I keep seeing people be like, oh, you know, I mean, look, I love our members. I love that our members are in there, and it's great. Our members are super willing to help you. They're like, you know, Plutonium or Papa Dazer or Don will say, they'll tell people stuff, they'll guide them, and they'll tell them, and then later someone say, oh, that's a great deal, Don, yeah, that's the first time I ever heard that. I'm like, yeah, because they don't watch the videos. Like Don or Plutonium, any of the guys are still like, well, that's what Vinny says in the videos. Huh? What videos? And like, dude, it's in the videos. Like, and then they're like, oh, so and so, and again, like, it's not that I care. I'm actually concerned for you, because like there's a lot of other stuff. Like, the only reason that you're getting some of those questions answered, and the people who are, you know, I'm needing to talk to are probably not even here today anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna offend them anyhow. But yeah, like you're gonna have to ask 1,000 questions to gain what you would just gather from going through the video content. But anyway, get through the videos, you'll learn, and then you'll earn. But a lot of people are trying to earn while they learn. I totally get that. I want to get you there the quickest way possible, and it really is to get through those videos. All right, it is 30 seconds to the US Open. Super AO at the Open. Little bounce up there. I want to say little. It's 43 ticks there. Here comes the Open. 15 seconds.
Ten seconds.
Good morning, Jacob. Good morning, Keno.
Harmonic NQ on the 7.
Market on open. Imbalance S&P 500.
Right to the Open there.
37 million. Nasdaq 100. Sell side.
Back to the Open again.
Million. Dow 30. Buy side 24 million. Mag 7. A sell side of 31 million.
So standard operating procedure. I want to kind of. I'm not needing to rush in those first 5 minutes. Sometimes I like to just let the first 5 minutes go past unless there's just something absolutely perfect. Some days set up where it's easier than others.
Harmonic NQ on the 7.
But in general, I want to kind of pace myself to think that first 5 minutes, I do not have to take a trade. I don't need to FOMO into something. Hearing popcorn on the tape here, buying off of the Open.
NQ on the 7. Harmonic NQ on the 43. Delta shift NQ on the short on the RTY2. NQ on the 7.
Does ALGO box use order flow? Yeah, it's a huge part of our system. Huge part of our system.
Double Delta NQ on the 5. Bull touch high.
Want to make sure we, good morning Shadow. Want to make sure we combine
Down NQ on the 9.
a power structure and an order flow event. Speaking of, want to take that one here real quick. I think this will be my first trade here. It looks like we got a power PRZ cross short. This might be the area we might get a little turnaround here. And see, am I on the 5s? Yes, I want to look for 35 tick target 1 and 50 for target 2. Gonna add in on the crab right there. Looking for that number right there to looking for 35 for T1 because we are going against the favorable direction there. There's a headshot, add to position there. Oh, it's cracking through. Still a ton of buying. Okay, another super AO adding to the position. Wow, they got a massive cluster right here.
NQ on the 9. Enigma long on the YM2.
Lot of buying off the open line there. Okay, missed my half on my touching my POE there. Seuss.
So we're seeing some chip making shares rising out of the opening gates here, extending gains from the pre-market. We've got Intel, Micron, Qualcomm are all up here. Intel shares up around 5%. That's following
Intel up a
14% gain.
14% on Friday and another 5% on Monday. Okay, and they are
Alpha Omega down NQ on
just buying off of the open line here.
NQ on the 7.
We have an Enigma over on the right. I'm going to go full port max here.
43.
50 is my max on this account. Here is the high time frame play. Top there.
Double delta NQ on the 5. Enigma short on the NQ4. Alpha Omega down NQ on the 5. Target has been reached. Bull touch high. Harmonic NQ on the 5. Enigma short on the NQ7. Alpha Omega down NQ on the 89. Alpha Omega down NQ on the 5.
Big 5 up on the 89.
NQ on the 7. NQ on the 7.
540 ticks off of the open.
Double delta NQ on the 5. Divergence down NQ on the 9. NQ on the 43.
Okay, divergence just fired there on the 9s as well. Would have liked to have taken less heat than that. We came to red side for a moment, briefly, ever so briefly.
Qualcomm shares hitting a record high, last up around 12 spots, 6%.
Double delta N short on the YM2. Harmonic NQ on the 5.
Okay, we've hit the red side 3 times now.
7.
The front side of that Enigma target is down here on that blue dashed line, 29,395s.
Alpha Omega NQ on the 9.
Okay, we just got an Enigma long. I'm hearing sellers on the tape. Would like to target the back of that, 19.9.
NQ on the 7.
Being a little stubborn with it, not pulling half there as we come down, because I do feel like it's in there.
NQ on the 7.
The back of that Enigma, I'll pull half right there at the bottom of that channel. Pull half more, all the way down, and I'll pull the rest right there. 22,000 off of that play. That was a beast. That was a beast. Would have rather not taken as much heat on that. But I know everybody's saying, oh, markets only go up, markets only go up, markets only go up, Vinny, markets only go up. Okay, bro. Let's see. What's our time? 9:36. All right, 6 minutes past the U.S. Open. Trade number 1.
Alpha Omega up NQ on 9. Divergence up NQ.
Still getting more drilling here.
On the NQ4.
5.7. Just before prior close. We do have a big buyer in there at, let's see where that one is. He came in right here. All right, so that big buyer did not make any money up on that one. So they will likely return to it. Looks like they're on their way to it right now.
NQ4. Enigma short on the NQ4. Harmonic NQ on the 5. Harmonic NQ on the 5. Alpha Omega NQ on the 5. Enigma short on the NQ4.
Okay, I'm going to flatten all on the bots. The bots have been floating back and forth there, and I got an auto closure earlier, and then it almost immediately opened up multiple trades again. Closing out the bots there at about $200. I'm going to go ahead and turn them off. That is some very weird action there on the open. I'm going to go ahead and close them up here. A little bit, I don't want to say fearful, but I want to, I don't want to get stuck in an overstay my welcome scenario there. But the bots, so here's the thing. I saw this fire off earlier, and I heard it too. Auto take profit triggered, and it launched 1500 and then almost immediately pulled back right after, like 2 or 3 or 4, like multiple enigmas tried to fire off there afterwards and grew down. I'm just going to go ahead and pull it there. So again, I don't have the kill all connections. If you're strictly full auto, you might have kill connections as well, but the market is moving very fast here on a Monday, and I'm just going to lock that in. Not giving nothing back. Not today. 9.9 delta shift.
Fib.NQ on the 7. Enigma long on the CL2. Harmonic NQ on the 7. Enigma long on the NQ4.
KC Janelle one. Nice. Okay, shark back in there around the 29,380. Inside, shark and a crab in there. I'll give that a shot. See a power headshot here. We'll see if that dot holds, and they push it in there. Shark and a crab just up above us. We've got an enigma on the 4s. It's slightly lower.
Alpha Omega NQ on the 7. Enigma short on the NQ7. Double delta NQ on the 5.
Prior high. Got red arrow, but nerd kind of came back to green here. It hits neutral. Would like to, we'll look for another bigger play. If not, any play needs to be scalp only, because those are in conflict with one another. There we go. We got neutral. So neutral and red. There's my headshot there. Let's see if we can pop up. Give me a Seuss. Double dot short. Okay. There's 35. Almost instantly went to my target. Was not quick enough on the trigger to pull half there. Why am I only four contracts? No. Oh, what a waste. Okay, I didn't have my size appropriate.
Divergence up NQ on the 9. Enigma short on the CL2.
All right, I'm gonna lock it in there. All right, not a great play. I didn't have my size appropriate over there, and I double tapped it and was like, why am I such a small? Like, basically there's some levels that just not worth the effort. The juice needs to be worth a squeeze. But yeah, that was a nice headshot double dot play in there. Was size appropriately. So back to green, and then we had the red arrow from before. Be careful, we have jagged on the tape right here. Put warnings in the chat. Let's get some jagged warning going there. Jagged warning on the tape. Big play. Big play is coming.
NQ on the 7.
Big play. 9:42. We have news at 10 a.m. What was that sound?
Alpha Omega down NQ on the 5.
Did we lose connection?
Fib.NQ on the 43.
Mm,
NQ on the 7.
data feeds look good to me. Jagged warning in the tape. It's big play coming. Do not get off sides, and don't discount those bulls.
Voice news disconnected.
Oh,
2.NQ on the
voice news disconnected. Okay. I refresh financialjuice.com here.
Fib.NQ on the 7. Alpha Omega down NQ on the 5. Alpha Omega down NQ on the 7.
Okay, we're inside a power PRZ cross there.
Harmonic NQ on the 7.
Jagged on the tape. Once a move starts going, again, I don't want to step in front of a bus when we got jagged on the tape, particularly. Let's see.
Alpha Omega
Masher will be at that second dash line right there.
Alpha Omega down NQ on the 7. Harmonic NQ on the 5.
Okay, there's a red arrow. See if we get a nerd shift with it.
Harmonic NQ on the 7.
We got about 15 seconds till 9:45.
Enigma short on the YM2. Harmonic NQ on the 5. Alpha Omega down NQ on the 5.
That's a super AO. I'm going to go ahead and give that a quick shot here. Don't like that we got jagged on the tape. Still hear buyers on the tape. Another cross. Looking for a cluster inside that area.
Double Delta NQ on the 9. Alpha Omega down NQ on the 7.
Got a ready DD right there on the higher time frame. Yikes. Got an Enigma long. If this comes back, okay, I'm going to pull half quickly. Only because we still got buyers all over the tape. Got a green Enigma there. Want to hear sellers. Would love to hear sellers right now. If they don't, though, look out. They could just continue to have this a dip buy here. A little cautious. Got the cluster there.
Double Delta NQ on the 5.
Here's a get ready to take the next play. Right there, I'll close it.
Harmonic NQ on the 7.
Forming an Enigma to the long side there. So scalped only. Big bounce off of that Enigma. trade number 2. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Thinking about bonus time now. 9:46. 14 minutes till that 10 a.m. news for U.S. home sales. Switch dot short. Currently still sitting on moderate buy, but we do have red arrow. We are inside the fiddle zone. So remember, you have to, if you're going to take a trade inside the fiddle zone, you need bigger, wider stop. It's just like a floppy rubber band inside here. We'd prefer to get those crispy ones outside of the fiddle zone.
DCDMNQ on the 5, FIB.NQ on the 7. Indica short on the NQ4. Alpha Omega up NQ on the 5. FIB.NQ on the 7.
Okay, big power pink dot over there on the 9s.
NQ on the 7.
Still on strong buy. Nerd all 4 correlated instruments to the upside right now.
Harmonic NQ on the 5. Alpha Omega down NQ on the 5.
Okay, there's a mega late Nate potential short right here, but man, against strong buy, trying not trying to force something, but definitely see the opportunities. I love that crab target down there. There's a red arrow inside of the fiddle zone. Back to strong buy.
Harmonic NQ on the 5.
Okay, that's a lot of juice there. Can't not take that. There's a 35. So T1 was there. And we'll get target 1 and target 2. We'll clear 25K on the day. Power headshot, and more of like a super power headshot. We had the super AO and a power dot and a red EDD. So much lined up right there. Super power headshot right there. And we had a power headshot over on the left here as well on the 9s. High time frame opportunity, a low time frame risk. Combo breaker. Let's go. A little bit more difficult only because we're still sitting over there nerd against it, so still have to, for me, I like to think about a scalping T1 T2. Did get T2 out of that
at the top of the
more than 50 tick grab
existing home sales data for the month
on that move.
April.
On the optimized range, there was also a play that hit a lot of confluence going on there at the top. Beautiful. Down 2 finger along with a double dot, power dot, pink dot into the Bollinger on the optimized range as well. A lot of combos there. $25K will keep the JOB away. I think it will. I think it will.
NQ on the 43.
Okay, we got a big bear just stepped in right there. You see it type of 1, 2 if you're new. That's a 2,000 level bear in that leg. Okay, I'm gonna mark up 250 down below. Probably puts us somewhere around, looks like the open line. Ooh, it's almost perfect. Okay. Wow. If they didn't make that perfectly, I don't know. That's literally 250 landing on the dashed line.
On the 5.
Out of that big bear. That big bear wants to see the open.
Fib.NQ on the 43.
Ignition bar short on NQ tide. Thank you, Eddie. I'm going to be listening to your ignition bar warnings. Thank you, sir. Hey, yeah, look at that. A rare pink. When was the last time we saw a pink one of those, Eddie? Like, is that the first? Well, I think you have a different color. What color do you have yours set to? I've got mine set to pink and blue for the ignition bars. That is an ignition bar short on the 89s. In this bull market, haven't seen many of those at all. Okay, we got a double dot right there. I'm going to go ahead and give that a shot here. Well up on the day. Double dot short. Still be looking for a T1, T2 scenario here because we are going against strong buy. Still, nerd still sitting there going, we still want to be in charge.
Alpha Omega up NQ on the 5.
Add on cross.
Double Delta NQ.
If I can maximize the play, but no. Bull's still trying to hold on right there, and it's dip buying has been the name of the game lately. So double dot short here with a power cross
NQ on the 5.
against the nerd, unfortunately, and I'll go ahead and pull the whole thing there, lock us in at 30k. Double dot short was the play. We had the clusters here. The thing that made it you know, not going to be trying to play a superhero play is we got the nerd still sitting over there mostly long. We can take these inefficiency opportunities though that show up just playing the game. Double dot short. And double dots, if you, again, for Mentorship Monday, for the new folks, that's in the documentation section. Their multi-fib scenario, multi-fib plus multi-Elliott wave. The markets move in those waves and in those patterns. All right, deep drop. Very nice. Did we make it to the open line yet? Nope, open line still a little bit farther down. If they're going to make it all the way to their 250 tick target, they still have space to do it. I'm going to see if we've got a play to get involved. Would like to see this go red first. But NQ leading the way down right now, because as far as the nerd goes, NASDAQ is the only one to the downside.
Fib.NQ on the 7. Fib.NQ on the 7.
We have 5 minutes till the U.S. Home sales numbers coming out there in 5 minutes right now. 9:55 a.m., 10 a.m. for that news.
So in 5 minutes time now, at the top of the hour, we see the release of the US existing home sales data for April. Forecast 4.05 million on the prior 3.98 million. The change month over month, forecast at 2% on the prior minus 3.6%.
Power headshot here could be the one to push it all the way down.
Alpha Omega up NQ on the 5.
Okay, I'm gonna try to add in on this cross here. Hopefully they're not gonna lock me in there, but you never know. Got to be careful there on that. It is a power headshot short, trying to complete the 250 tick move down there to the open line. I should have drawn a box down there, forgot, but was so enamored by the open line target, was like,
Two finger NQ on the 43. Harmonic NQ on the 5.
HMD.
Harmonic NQ on the 5.
And they cracked that HMD. Enigma 13.3. Super AO.
Double Delta NQ on the 9.
Here, buyers starting to step in there. Still 4 minutes to the news. Okay, first dot cracked. Be looking for that 35 tick target first.
Alpha Omega up NQ on the 5.
It's all 26, 28.
On the 7.
There we go. There, I'll pull half at 50.
Up NQ on the 5.
5.2 can look to add to position if I get a Seuss. There's my Seuss headshot. Are they going to buffer that open line, or are they going to let us get it? Let's see.
Fib.NQ on the 7.
Okay, I'll pull another half at 50 ticks. Red dot, add to position. They cracked it.
Harmonic NQ on the 5.
All right, so the buyer's going to start to step in and spool that up right in front of the open line. We have 2 minutes to the news. All right, I'm going to close out the rest there. All right, we'll take what we got there, locking it in. We've got a couple minutes before the news, and you know how they do with that news sometimes. They'll just use any excuse to hit the go button. Not quite to that, remember that 250 ticks. I wouldn't say it's arbitrary, but it's kind of an arbitrary number of like, okay, they want to get 250 ticks. We just see it a lot. So we got to take our place. And that dot cracked initially. Nice little power PRZ cross there. 5.1. Could be looking to add here. But we are right in front of that news and just don't want to deal with the news lose.
Fib.NQ on the 7. Hold touch low.
1 minute remaining. I'll lead with the US existing home sales.
And there's a 250 tick. There we go. And she touched down. All right. Woulda, shoulda, coulda. Would have loved to have done that, but look, it's a little like, talk about waiting till the last minute. I mean, they ran it down 45 seconds to the news, but now they finally touched down there. Let me go ahead and mark this one in its coloring because this will be important in the defense leg area. There, if we get 3 crosses in that zone, the third cross will be the one that I want to really push in on inside of one of those zones. And we just touched down right at the open line. It's the nope. The nope line.
10 seconds.
Here we go. Double dot shorts are your favorite, Andrew? Nice. Usually the easiest trade to take.
4 spot.
I do like them.
Million. 4 spot to 0.2 million, higher than forecast. 4 spot to 0.5 million. The change at 0 spot 2%, higher than forecast 2%. Existing home sales, the price been revised up to 4 spot 0.1 million from 3 spot 9.8 million. The US April national median home price for existing homes at $417,700, which is up spot 9% year over year.
Alpha Omega down NQ on the 9.
Okay, big 10.9 on the tape. Got the bear zone still up above us. See how they digest that news and how they want to react. $10:01, 1 minute past the news there.
On the 5.
And for those interested, we have posted the US existing home sales April report on the feed for those interested.
Okay, here we go. Into the bear zone. We're going to try to count 3 crosses. We'd love to start seeing AOs accumulate here. The second and the third cross are generally the best ones to be pulling the trigger for the go. So I will try to wait for cross 2 and 3 in that zone to participate. In the defense leg here.
Fib.NQ on the 43. Fib.NQ on the 7. Fib.NQ on the 7. Enigma long on the NQ4.
Whiskers 940 reversal 88.45. Very nice, sir. $8,845 is not a bad take home for that 10-minute reversal window there. Very nice, sir. Okay, that's cross 1. Are we counting? Help me count, because I don't want to lose count here. There's 1. Going to try to be disciplined and wait for number 2 and 3.
UK 30-year gilts further extend their losses. They're now up 10 basis points on the yields at around 5.675%.
So this is the defense leg strategy. If you are new with us or Mentorship Monday, hit the documentation section, type in defense leg. If you're wanting to understand what I'm waiting for here in this zone, that's cross number 1. And basically when we see 3 of them, oftentimes that is our best. Now that's a nice switch dot. That's a switch dot short opportunity potential. I'm hearing buyers through it though here. Yep, buyers pushing through. So switch dot broken. Again, never discount those bulls in this bull market arena. Currently tide and wave, both green right now. So the difficult short side here. 6.9, that's number 2. I can start building a position right here. Still hearing buyers. Want to see if they can step off of the gas.
Alpha Omega down NQ on the 5.
There's number 3. Okay, so I'm going to give that a shot here inside of the defense leg zone here. Now stop should be above these crosses. We are outside the fiddle zone, so hopefully we're nice and crispy.
Further deepen losses. Yield rises 10 bits per second to 5.675% on day.
Losing 10 bits per second? What? You talking about money or data transfers? Still against the nerd. Nerd is still green there. Double dot BRZ, favorite setup, Shadow? Nice. Yeah, pick your favorite and just get really good at your plays. You know, restaurants don't have to make every single type of food. I mean, I'm sure the chef in the back is perfectly capable of making all kinds of things, but just because you can make pizza doesn't mean it needs to be on your menu.
Divergence down NQ on the 9. Harmonic NQ on the 5.
Okay, I got an HMD, red dot coming in,
Harmonic NQ
neutral. On the nerd. Now, off of these plays, oftentimes these are the 100 tickers. If you're waiting around for 100 tick opportunities, these are the ones that you have to kind of wait for. Oh my goodness, I just pressed the wrong button. Careful those slip clicks.
Harmonic NQ on the 43. Harmonic NQ on the 7.
Okay, 100 tick pullback is inside there at the shark.
Harmonic NQ on the 5.
Should pull some right there. Being a little stingy greedy there with it. Hopefully don't regret that. That is an HMD location to pull.
1 killed, 3 wounded in Ukrainian strike on Russia's Belgorod region. TASS.
Gonna mark where that 100 ticks is. So that white line, that's 100 ticks right there on that white line. If we get there, wow, they are being stingy with it. They gave 100 ticks and nothing more, not a penny more. Wow, not a penny more.
Harmonic NQ.
Oh, I tried to Babe Ruth it, trying to hit that home run. There we go. Come on, break it. There we go. There we go. That's what Daddy likes to hear. That's what Daddy likes to see. That's what I'm talking about. You can go ahead and get you some. That's, I mean, that calls for celebration right there. That's, I'm just saying. That feels a little good. Just feels a little nice. Just a little nice right there. I'll take it.
You got this, baby. I know it's been crazy. You don't see me, it's exhausting. City to city, cause I'm shiny, boys is popping. You keep making plans, babe, I'm sorry, I keep flopping. Call me late at night, cause I love it when you talk. No matter where I go with you, not here, it's just not home. I know I can't let go without you near me. I'm holding on your tricks, got me 10 feet off the ground. Now I'm seeing how you play. ALGO box, you turn it all around. You tell me that.
Oh, yes, indeed. Pull out that money gun. Mr. Don James hooked us up with that beautiful graphic. And what's better than one? Two money guns. That's awesome. Thanks again, DJ, for that awesome set of graphics there. You gotta love it. A lot of fun. All right, let's turn it down just a minute here, and let's talk about what we had going on there. So, remember what I said? Learn to, but help me count the crosses. All right, the first one in the defense leg. The second and the third, generally where I want to build my position. Okay. These two came right back to back there, right? And then kind of gave the head fake. Boom. Gave the head fake up. And oftentimes we get about 100 tick plus dump out there afterwards. Now, whether they, shake out and continue to bake higher, which is what they're doing, shake and bake here. Like they shook them out and now they're, look, when you get some strong action either direction, really, but right now bulls, mostly in control. But all I need to do is count inside that zone, 1, 2, and 3, and then I'm looking for about 100 tick dump out there. I literally measure from the tip, which is what we did right there, from the tip inside. That's the 100 ticks, okay? And sure enough, they bounced off of it. Like, I mean, they bounced it really good. I was almost nervous that we weren't going to get it at all. But we did get a second shot at it, thank goodness, for me to be able to take a big win off of that play. 12.9, we have a 7.7 up top. All right, I'm going to go ahead and give this one a shot as well. I'm going to go full position on the 12.9. We have a 7.7 over here on the right. Normally after a inverted S curve like this one, I'm going to wait for a triple crown right here before we go down. So a little bit nervous that might tap that 3 times, but I'm a little FOMO'd on don't want to miss out on what could be a potential head fake up here. 12.9, big guy stepping in there. Let's see. No, actually, I'm gonna kill it. On the 89, it's starting to kind of crack that red dot, and oftentimes they'll just use that as a push through, and I want to hold on to that. Yeah, I smell 50k, right? I smell it. Yeah, okay, there it goes. I could just feel myself playing my P&L there. I was tasting 50k. I wanted it. I almost wanted it too much, if that's a thing. Okay, we're coming back up to it. I might give it another shot here. Let's see. Just the way they slow played it. When it's fast, it's not gonna last, but when it's slow, it's gonna go, or she's gonna grow, whatever your rhyme that you decide. Slow favors the bulls, fast favors the bears, and that kind of started to creep there. Watching for the red arrow. Did get that dropout. Kind of see how many ticks did that grab here from the top. At 81. Start time 10:17. Okay, there's the structure. Let's go. Okay, super power moonshot is the play.
NQ on the 5.
Delta shift. Zeus.
Fib.NQ on the 7.
Good morning, Adrian. Here's King timing. Okay, bull test on the green dot. Looks like they're still holding. Bulls have not let go.
NQ on the 43.
Bulls still holding dots.
So keep in mind, in 10 minutes time now, at the bottom of the hour, Trump is due to be speaking at a maternal healthcare event. We do have a live video. It's in the calendar at the moment, but we'll get it on the feed for those interested as well.
Fib.NQ on the 7. Fib.NQ on the 43.
King timing coming up again. Still on moderate buy, so might be greedy trying to hold beyond T2. We saw T2 once. right, I'm gonna close it. Oh, I think I just want that 50K too much now, and so it's gonna be elusive. It's gonna be elusive. I've got a mental game battle here now, and just I'm holding out too much, trying to. I'm too far away for an easy, just straight to it play, and at the same time, I'm here at 10:22. Been at the buttons here for a while. I hope we got 100 likes. Did we got 100 likes? Oh, come on, guys. Who hasn't hit the like button? Hit it or I'm gonna get it. I'm just saying, hit it or I gotta get it. Like, I gotta go. Like, this, y'all gotta hit the like button. Hit it. I want to get that 50K, but, you know, if y'all want to hang out for it, smash that like button. Let's go. Let me know. 10:22. 8 minutes till 10:30. It's going to take multiple trades to get there, I think. This is in that, there's a big buyer in there this morning. To, should be exiting inside. Just going to wait for some plays. We're still sitting here in the fiddle zone, so everything's going to be a little sloppy. Let's see if it gets, if we get the unlock. Got the get ready, take the next play, and it's literally been such mush. They didn't even touch the crab and didn't touch the PRZs above either. Wow, look how tight that is. And we have an enigma to the left. Okay, so this is where I want to step up and look up to a slightly higher range. So here's the 7s. We also have a super AO there on the 7s. Okay, I just missed my red dot. All right, I'm gonna FOMO it. FOMO with a few contracts here. Missed the majority of the move already.
5 minutes time at the bottom of the hour. Trump is due to be speaking at a healthcare event, and we have a video on the feed for those interested.
Deuce.
NQ on the 9, NQ on the 7, Alpha Omega up, NQ on the 5.
Okay, there's a power headshot long there. I'm going to try to see if we get a little break of that one. If that one breaks, it's lookout below.
NQ on the 7. NQ on the 7.
And we'll close it up there for 50K on the day. Let's go, baby!
Iran is yet to allow a tanker with UAE LPG.
Okay, well, thought might not be able to get on that, but hey, you know, we get a red dot in there. We had the super AO on the 7s. Sorry for yelling on the microphone there. I was a little got a little excited. Super AO at the top off the 7s. Double cross, double move, drop to the 5.5. Yes, please.
NQ on the 9.
Still here in the sell.
Delta shift NQ on the 5.
Okay, delta shifting. See if we get another play. All I need to see is want to see a bear hold.
Harmonic NQ on the long on the NQ4. Enigma short on the NQ4.
Just because the bulls have been buying every dip for, you know, 2-3 days in a row, they can't. It ain't normal, folks. I try to tell people it ain't normal for them to sit there and buy nonstop. Okay, markets don't just go up all the time. Like intraday opportunities show up all the time, all the time, all the time. Okay, that's a double dot short right there, and
NQ on the 7.
you know, I think I'm satisfied here. I think I'm satisfied, and I need to probably take a break. I need to take a breath. We are literally 20 seconds from 10:30. Oh, I'm sorry, minute and 20 seconds from 10:30 there, but that one felt pretty good. We almost got to 100 likes. We'll get there. We'll get there. Oh man, that feels good.
We're shortly expecting comments from Trump.
That feels good.
Speaking at a maternal healthcare event. Again,
Got the 50K. Let's walk through the 89 where it began. Okay, the 89 got the 5.5. Now we have seen these, yes, recently we have seen these be, I won't say completely ignored, right? But how many times have we seen we come up to a nice, what should be some kind of reaction on the 89, and they just keep spool buying, right? They just spool and buy. Let's see if we have any that we can see. I think I've got, I would need to turn on backtest mode here to show all those, because right now I'm just showing the ones to the right. Let's go ahead and do that real quick, because I want to show what I'm talking about on this one particularly. So I'm going to go to AOs. And Alpha Omega. Let's turn on backtest mode so we show everything to the left. There we go. Okay. So we'll see things like this 6.8 blow through. We saw, where was it from the other day? They were like, oh cool, we reached up to, you know, multiple. There's just been so many. Well, this isn't a great example. I thought we would be able to see some. These have all, looks like, oh, here we go, like this. Here we go. I was like, I know I saw some. We just like walk through. Yeah, in fact, my measurements are still there. Like we're up 1,800 ticks. Okay, here's a 5.6. Yay! All right, there. That might be the end of the move, and then they just continue, right? They're like, okay, we get the second one, 5.3, and they just ignore it and just keep going. Like, what is going on? Wild, right? Now, again, when we kind of, you know, dip and pull some, that's different. But when this is at the top, oftentimes the 89 reacts. But there were times when it didn't, and like, you know, everybody just got so used to like, okay, market only go up because of this leg, right? Like this leg here, yeah, whatever was going on here, and they just like completely obliterate the dollar, and so everything and every price point just goes up, you know. But look, markets get back to normal at some point. And I'm not saying it's back today, but it was kind of back today. Like, and this too, this is not normal. Market just tilts up at a 45-degree angle for, you know, what seems like forever, but really it's just a day. Okay, now we're back to normal.
So Trump to
Right.
Fox News says
This is normal. Play. Come pull me some ALGO box when the markets are normal. All right, let's go.
Project Freedom.
You got some trolls that were like,
Harmonic NQ on the 7th.
"Oh, ALGO box obviously doesn't work." I'm like, man, just keep talking. Just keep talking. There are moments in time when the market does some crazy outlier scenarios, and you have to live through the outliers. So I want to talk about the insurance, scenarios, insurance policy, if you will. Your standard operating procedure is also your insurance policy. Standard operating procedure and your policy is kind of one and the same. Don't trade against the favorable direction if you want to stay in the game long term. We did get the
Divergence down NQ on the 9th.
the channel tilt in red, but if both of those are green, maybe stay off of the red side scenarios, because it'll be that weird outlier day that can literally put you out of business. Now, I also have fail safes in with my broker where we have our own agreements of we lock out at put a number that, yes, it's going to be painful, but a number that is where you can still stay in the game. Put that number with your broker and have a lockout on it, which, sometimes you get frustrated like, oh, I'm locked out. But later on, you're thankful that it was, right? And that's even my situation from Friday. Like, it's not fun. It is definitely not fun, right? But when you have this outlier day type of scenario like this, outlier day, that lockout scenario is a good thing. It's a good thing. And then look, well, I have said windfalls work both directions. Unfortunately, it is more so on the wind and the wind side of that fall, because most of the time when people get beat down, where they have like their worst day ever, it's the hardest thing to come back, to think to yourself, oh, it's okay, the best day is literally coming tomorrow. You don't think that. You think it's the end of the world, it's the end of everything. You're like, it's never going to work again, blah, blah, blah. You're over there, tucked tail between your legs, just don't know what to do. And then, but if you study it, you will see that worst days are followed by absolute best days, and vice versa. Though it's weird because that market tends to catch into this shift. You get this great opportunity like today. These were big moves that we were able to take advantage of. And somebody else, whoever maybe doesn't have that same strategy, is going to be on the receiving end of that. But your SOP can help you to stay in the game until the game is back to normal, where yes, like most of the time, like your everyday activities, what do you have insurance for? You're driving your vehicle, everything's fine, some crazy outlier event, it's rainy or whatever, something happens in the road, you get in an accident, car's wrecked, you have some, what could be a financial disaster for you. Insurance steps in, says, hey, we'll recover the losses to you. And you have to pay a little bit of the cost, but then there is, that's what insurance does, right? Is paying for those outlier scenarios that it's when disaster strikes that you need that insurance. In the same way with our standard operating procedures, like just stay to your standard operating procedures all the time, and then you stay in the game, right? And those are that's your SOP scenarios. And I know I'm a terrible example coming out here and doing live streams. It is extreme pressure. Do not live stream. I feel obligated to talk all the time. I feel obligated to take more trades all the time. The more that you sit there and that there are people like waiting on you to take the trade, so you feel that extreme pressure, you still want to take those plays. But you really should do as I say, not as I necessarily do in live stream for the audience of players. Is if I say like winner chicken dinner, take your 5 trades, but within those, like how many times even on my red day scenarios, I'll end up putting in 2 winners there usually in the morning and could be done and move on about our business. But maybe it happens so early and then it's like, it's a time thing and people have an expectation of how long you're going to live stream for. And who wants to sit there and, sit on a live stream for no reason? Like nobody wants to do that, right?
NVIDIA CEO Huang was not invited and is not going to Beijing.
The standard operating procedures that I have laid out, they're there for me, which you can also do yourself or make your own. Okay. If you don't like mine, but make some for yourself. If you don't have some, I would suggest maybe start with the ones that I have laid out. And
14th to the 15th of May.
you may not know why they're there because you may have never hit that crazy outlier day yet. But if you're in the markets long enough, and in theory you will be, everybody who is coming and trading along with us should be having a long-term expectation that this is something that you want to do for your career or for a lifetime, or you know, if you want to do this as a side thing, that's actually okay, but you also don't want to lose, right? Your whole point is, oh, we got a 19.7 coming in here. Okay, I want to take that short right now, but I am over here gabbing. That is a 19.7. I wouldn't fault you if you were taking it. Stop above the 19.7 there. But yeah, we've just seeing a day like this is reinforcing what I've said before multiple times. Windfall, both directions. Worst day followed by best day. Best day followed by worst day. Be careful, especially on that day when you've had that big play day, like tomorrow. It'll be the same thing. Big day today. I'm going to be extra cautious tomorrow because the markets are doing some really big, you know, opportunity movements at the same time. Those can work in both directions, and those SOPs will keep you on the right side. Number one, try not to trade against the nerd. Okay, try not to trade against the nerd. And if you are, scalp it and quickly pull it. Okay, if it ain't there, I think I only had one scenario there earlier today where I was like, okay, no, I'm gonna pull it. Ended up working out well afterwards. But that doesn't always happen. Oftentimes, like I'll pull it, and yeah, I'm glad that I did today. I kind of wish I would have held on to that one play where I went ahead and killed it quickly. But be ready to abandon your position quickly. Don't go in on one play going like this play has to work out. It does not have to work out. So anyway, I couldn't talk about all that on Friday because look, sometimes like your emotions will get the best of you, right? I'm not at my best when I'm still human, and everybody is. We're all like, we're human. Thank goodness you don't have to be perfect to be profitable. I think ALGO, it makes the plays so much easier. I can just come in and play the video game. You know, and in the days where the market does, you know, something retarded like Friday, okay, like seriously, like go look at, there has to be some stat out there, and I'm not going to take the time to do it because honestly, I'm just not that interested in trying to like, well, how do I solve that day? I'll tell you how you solve it. Just keep your standard operating procedure. Your SOP on a Friday, be early in, be early out. And on a day when it goes into a slow grind, do not rewind. Like, just don't try to take plays against it. When it's that steady Eddie to the upside, just lay off. Like, we're not playing. We got all of these ignition bar plays, you know, push it in there, and it just ran, and Trump decides to get on the microphone and tell everybody to buy, you know, on a Friday, and we have this crazy, weird Trump effect thing. Don't try to solve this. Don't try to sort it and be like, at the same time, you could. It's real easy. Let's say there's a standard operating procedure save you from this. Yes. If, you know, mind you, one of my standard operating procedures is pick a side. Okay. I have picked the bear side. That just relieves half of my thinking processes, half of my decision-making processes. I don't have to think about one side of the tape. That's an advantage to me. I know some people in the chat were like, I don't see any reason not to. That's fine. Do it. If you have the decision capacity to do so long term and do that all the time, that's great. In fact, I have done that for forever. Just recently, within the last couple of years, said, you know what? I make so much on the bear side and the moves happen so quickly. I think that's another one to go. I think that it takes decision making, you know, sets kind of remove some of the decision fatigue that sets in for traders, because what is one of the biggest things, I won't say biggest, what are some of the big things for traders? Decision fatigue is a big one in there. And how do you relieve some of that? Well, cut off half of it by going, I only have to pick on one side. Like, think of one side. And if you have talked to any real big guys out there who work at various funds and financial institutions, they'll talk about, yeah, I'm a buy side player. I'm on the sell side. And I'm like, when you think about what they're telling you, what they've said before is, wait, that guy only sells? That's interesting, isn't it? One guy is literally designed to be a buy side player looking for all the buy side opportunities. One guy's over there looking for all the sell side opportunities. At the big levels, they do that. So implementing that into my own, and I did much better. And I know you might think, well, not recently, Vinny. Yeah, the market's been going up and up, so it's been harder. You've had some bad days. Yeah. Are you also going to talk about all of my great days? You know, like you need to take it into, you have to take all of it into account. It's like taking a Bible passage out of context. Like you can't just hang everything on one single verse or scenario. Put them all together in the whole. Makes sense? So standard operating procedures are going to keep you out of long-term, big-time trouble type of scenarios. Thanks for hanging out here with us. Fun day. Chicago's the Windy City. Is that what's up with the windfall? Feels good to come back with a big 50K day. Oh man, we are in the defense leg. Are we going to count to 3 again? There's 1. All right, we'll get to counting. I do need to take a quick break here and grab some coffee as well. On your way out, do me a favor, smash that like button. Thanks for hanging out. Hopefully you learned something from it. Put your questions down in the chat down below. If you're doing a 2-week free trial with us, a couple things. Number 1, Apex, they extended their offer. I think it ends tonight now. I think they extended it for 3 days. Let me hit up Apex. They're at 90% off. They don't do that very often. Did they extend it? 13 hours left for the Apex offer. We went ahead and extended our offer along with them. I'll be working with our dev team and our web team later today. We're making some changes. Take advantage of that lease to own offer if you haven't done so already. Thanks for hanging out. I'll catch you guys tomorrow morning. See ya.